Kokemachine for real fishing, December 10th, 2024. So one thing I want to mention to you guys is that hitting the like button really helps my videos place well with the algorithm and get shared around to different people. Now I figure if I've got 2,000 to 4,000 people watching this a day, it's because they like it and not because they dislike it. So don't forget to hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please do right now. So I'm at the mouth of Chippewa Creek here. I can see lots of open water. Of course, the temperature has come up quite a bit overnight. I think it's going up to 3 degrees today, and overnight it was definitely above zero. The town is kind of grimy and slimy and full of wet sand and wet mud and everything, so it's a bit grimy driving around, but overall it's not horrible. I was driving past the North Bay dock there, and I can tell you definitely that the ice has been blown in quite a bit more than it was the last time I did my report 2 days ago, I think, when I was there. All those waves sort of push that ice in. It's what's going to happen, you know. I can see out on the lake here that it looks like we've lost a little bit of ice, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. It looks like about the same as where it has been for the last while. And I understand that tonight the temperature is going to be dropping down again, and the rest of the week we're going to have cold temperatures going on. I was looking at the video from last year at this time, and we actually had some kind of a coverage here, but it was very thin. It was also a bit of a warm spell in December 10th, 2023, and there was rain coming down, and it was just pure glassiness. So that was pretty cool. So at the end of this video, I'm going to be tagging on an interview I did with Reagan Thompson. He owns the Paradise Cove Lodge, and he's the provider of the grand prize for this year's spoon toss. I tried to do an overview of what his operation looks like, get a few shots there, talk to him about how long he's been running it, how the fishing is out that way, just to get you guys hyped for what you could potentially win if you win the spoon toss competition this year. So everybody who leaves a comment on this video in the YouTube comments, it's got to be in the YouTube comments, will be entered into a draw for a $30 Limestone lure package. Limestone Lures makes all different kinds of plastics, including ones by the name of, I don't know if you guys know about this, but I really enjoy like listing off things, especially when they have funny names. Anybody who's been watching For Real Fishing since 2009 will know this. So it's a $30 lure package from Limestone Lures, featuring the Saucy Tail, the Mighty Mite, the Triple Threat Grub, the Goober Goby, the Drip Tease, and the Scrappy Fluke. So look forward to some of those items in the Limestone Lure giveaway. So I'll be putting everybody's name into a sock and spinning that around on Sunday morning. As soon as I'm done my night shift, I go out to the lake, set up the camera, probably be like 8:30, 9 in the morning, and I'll spin the sock, and whoever wins, wins. So I received an update yesterday from Jesse Picard in the Yellock area, and he sent me a video. He says there's ice patches everywhere. I don't know how it's gonna be today, because it looks like out here, I'm sure there's some ice floating around, but it looks like a lot of it's taken some heat. But I know this lake wants to freeze, so we'll just keep right on watching it. So the next report I'll do is gonna be a live report on Thursday, and then after that, another one on Friday. Saturday's report you'll receive on Sunday as an edited report, and everybody, I hope, anybody who's watching the lake will send me some pictures of what's going on out there. So have yourselves a great day, and we'll catch you guys later. Kokemachine for real fishing. Here I am with Reagan Thompson, who runs the Paradise Cove Cottages, is that right?
That's correct. He's
been the provider of the Lake Nipissing Ice Thickness competition grand prize for the last 4 or 5 years. So how long have you been running this place for?
So this place specifically, Paradise Cove Cottages, since 2019. So okay. Yeah, so I used to run Masconage Lodge since 2014, acquired this in 2019. I've been running this one ever since. So yeah, it's been going really well. I mean, we started doing ice fishing when we took the place over in 2019, and we weren't sure how it was going to go, and it went fantastic. Okay. Yeah, it's been great since we've started running it.
Did this place come with ice huts, or did you have to like purchase those extra?
So this place wasn't even a rental property when we purchased it. So there's 3 cottages on the property, 3 really nice cottages, and wasn't even being run as a business. So we took this over in 2019, and since then been running it as a business. It was an extension of Masconage Lodge at the time, which I owned. Sort of like a sister, I guess, resort, which is a more upper scale than Masconage at the time. And then since then I've sold Masconage. Now I just run this place exclusively. So.
Okay. Yeah, this is a really high-class establishment, I must tell you. I got to stay here a couple years back with my dad and my brother, and we're used to, mice running around and roofs leaking and stuff like that. You're definitely not going to get that here. It's probably one of the most high-class lodges I've seen.
Yeah, we get that a lot, thanks. And yeah.
A lot of times we're always like, that's part of the charm. How many mice do you have in a place? But it seems like you got it under control here.
For the most part, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
So let's talk about the ice and how it forms in this area here. Now it's a lot more closed in this area than say like the open lake where I often do a lot of my ice reports. So how much sooner does ice start forming here than say on the main lake?
Oh boy, I would say a week or two.
Okay.
That's what you can expect because we don't have we're sheltered in here. Sometimes in the main lake, if you have sustained winds while things are cooling, the ice just can't form because of the current, right? Whereas here, because we're more sheltered, it starts freezing up a lot quicker. I'm sure you saw driving in here through Levine, it's already started there.
Yeah.
And so we're probably not far behind. I would expect the next few days here we should start to see ice form. So it does establish itself quicker. And also later in the season, it lasts longer as well. So when things are breaking up in the main lake, we're still good in here. So it's great. I mean, we don't have to worry nearly as much as you do on the main lake about ice thickness. So it's nice.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And the way you have the ice hut set up here, it's just like walk right out from your cottage.
Yeah,
nice little spot.
Yeah. I mean, we're right. What's nice about this part of the lake, if you look at it like a Navionics charts, for example, we're right in the deep water. So if you look at a map of West Bay and West Arm, there's a lot of shallow water here, but there's a deep trough that runs all the way on the south side of West Bay, and we're right at the edge of the trough. So we have like 25 feet of water, 100 feet out from the cottages. So we literally put our huts like a couple 100 feet out. So you can walk out to your hut, fish all day, and walk back in the evening, watch the hockey game, have a hot shower. So especially our older crowd, they really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's the thing. My dad refuses to go ice fishing unless he has the opportunity to have a hot shower, a warm bed, and like a fire stove. He's definitely not a bungalow type dude. Now this place, you got gas stoves in here, right?
Yeah, so every cottage, this is our nicest rentals. But so this cottage here has they all have gas fireplaces. This one has a pool table. It has a hot tub. It's just a great open space for entertaining, I would say. Each cottage sleeps 6 people. This is our nicest one. The other ones are also very nice. They're not quite as high end as this one, but they're just as nice inside, just a little bit smaller.
What's the biggest fish anybody's caught in this area you've been running this place?
Well, that's me. So I actually caught the biggest one. Okay. And the thing was so old. You know how when walleye get older, they kind of form that big hump on their head or whatever. Yeah. So this fish looked like it was going to die the next day. Wow. Its fins were falling apart. Wow. It was 32 inches, but it was a phenomenal fish. I mean, I'm sure there's been bigger caught, but I'm not always here to see it. The numbers out here are good. Like all of our guests last year did really well. As a matter of fact, the winner of the contest last year sent us a nice email describing how he did here, and he did really well. It's funny because a resort owner never likes to ask how the fishing is when the guys check out, because if it's not good, it's a loaded question.
Right.
But it has been really good. We've been lucky here, and the fishing is pretty good right out in this area. So.
And you said you don't get a lot of ice fishing pressure in this area either.
No, not at all, because we're sort of in the middle of nowhere. Like over in the other end of the lake, you have obviously North Bay and Calendar, and a lot of operators, a lot of huts. Out here, you might see, I don't know, a dozen huts within seeing distance of the resort. But they're just local neighbors and stuff like that. We're the only operator out here offering ice fishing on the west side of the lake. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
It's always good to have like that relatively exclusive access to the area.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm looking forward to doing the spoon toss this year and doing a month full of ice reports and all the excitement that goes with that. And then, yeah, sure enough, as soon as that ice is thick enough, usually we do it on the opener. I do the spoon toss, and people guess what the thickness is going to be. And then whoever gets the right guess has a chance at winning, assuming they're the only person who guessed the right thing. Anyway, this isn't the contest video, so we'll go over that in the contest video. I'm looking forward to watching the ice form over the next month, and this is what you guys can look forward to if you win the grand prize. This is going to be another fun year. We'll see how it all plays out. Thanks again, Regan.
Yeah, Cove, I just want to say, thanks for doing what you do. I know us as operators really appreciate it, because no one ever seems to really know what's going on in the lake with the ice conditions, at least before you were around. And now you're just a click away on YouTube, and it's great. You just turn it on and see what's going on. And I know all the operators, all the anglers, it's gained popularity so much over the years. So we're really happy to be a sponsor because we see a lot of value in what you do. Thank you. For all the anglers out there as well, so it's good.
It's been a wild ride, let me tell you.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll be in contact as soon as we have the winner. I'm sure we'll be chatting between now and then, and maybe just as you're out here, update me on the conditions as they're coming together, and we'll throw that into whatever report's going down that day.